in this particular life training, I'm going to be talking about how to be consistent, what consistency is, how to be consistent, and how you can follow through all the goals you have set for this year, 2026. Now, before I go, let me see. I think I should share this and drop it to the Facebook community so that they will know we are already. So just hang on with me. Let me say, welcome to the live chat. Remember the chat request. Okay. So let me just see what it's saying. I want to share. Let me see. Where's my share button? Doing. Come, please. I don't know. What is this? I'm trying to see. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, okay, I understand that now. Okay, let me adjust my lightning, please. No. Okay. Okay. Okay, I guess this is okay. I think I can get. Hey. Don't come and disturb me. Okay, so you're welcome to the live. I can't find where to share it, so I guess I'll just continue. Or let me go to the Facebook. Hold on for me. Let me quickly go to the Facebook and tell them I've seen the button. So let me share and tell them we're live. Hello, and this live one. Now, what is consistency? The consistency is the ability to do the necessary activities or whatever it takes to follow through to actualizing your goals. That is what it means to that's what it means when we say you need to be consistent. So the ability to continuously, do an activity or stay on an activity that would ensure that you're able to have that goal met. That is what consistency means. And guess what? I'm going to be busting some myths about consistency and tell you what consistency can help you achieve in this life. It doesn't matter the goal. You say one thing, even when you're not clear on your goal, consistency will still help you. It will help you get clarity. I've heard people say, it's not about being consistent. It's not about being consistent. That people say you should be consistent, but you should know what the right thing to do. Yes, you should know the right thing to do, but let's both be honest and be sincere with each other. How many of us really do know what to do at the very beginning? Most of the time, what happens is that we try this, we try that, and then eventually we understand what synchronizes with us, what works in, what falls in line with what we do. But for someone who has been consistent, even if what you are doing at the time is not exactly what you finally settle for, consistency already gives you that ability to be able to stay put on that particular. Just know that I'm welcoming you, every one of you that are joining me, on this live. So when you're consistent and you stick to a particular activity to accomplish your goal, it does a lot of things for you, irrespective of whether that thing you're doing is what you finally settle for or not. Number one is that it gives you clarity. You become clear about what you want to do, because as you are doing, let's say you're somebody that is a content creator, for example, and you decide to keep posting content. As you are, you begin to understand what worked, this didn't work for me, and then you begin to tweak. So that is one of the benefits. They have this mind of like, I don't even know what to do. I'm not sure whether I'm doing the right thing. I have found myself in those situations where I started and I was going on, but at the point I told myself, am I even doing the right thing? Am I sure anybody's listening to me? And that is just how I stopped. And now stopping that way, going after some months or years, and I go back to what I've been doing, I realized that I was doing so well. Or I see somebody else who did the same thing, and I realized that I even did better than this person. I now realized that I had shortchanged myself by stopping halfway. Now, don't let anything or anyone tell you that you're even sure about this thing you're doing. It doesn't matter. As you continue doing, you become sure about it. So that's one of the power of consistency. Secondly, if you think you're not a consistent person, and the moment you start being consistent, you see yourself beginning to become consistent in other things. What am I saying? Consistency breeds consistency. The way say clutter breeds clutter, and a clean place breeds clean places. If you start being consistent in something even so small, see, the problem people have is that they want one very big goal. No, you don't need a very, very big goal. So as a matter of fact, my own recommendation for someone that has not been consistent in anything is just pick anything. Even if it's I will drink a glass of water every morning. Something as simple as that can turn around your life totally, can reinvent your life for you. Every morning when I wake up by 5 a.m., I take a glass of water. Do you know that is, and you keep drinking that glass of water every morning, that is already consistency. And the moment you start of consistency, see, I tell people, and I'm telling you now that you're watching me on this live, that the year has started. We're on day 5 of January, right? And if you've been honest to yourself, you realize that even those goals, that's if you have set your goals, you might even still be confused about it. Or I will meditate just for 5 minutes every day. Something that small. I know I already said something so small. Oh, I will write 2 lines of this my novel. Maybe you're writing a novel. Whatever it is, just decide that you're going to dedicate, even if it's just few minutes, even if it's just few seconds, and you do it every day. Doing that has a way of building confidence inside of you. Many a times when I share some ideas, it looks like, this even possible. Many people want that, this very, people like this pressure. But I noticed that when you put yourself under unnecessary pressure, you'll not be consistent. I'll give an example of somebody who wants to keep fit, for example. People want to keep fit. They say, okay, I want to exercise. I want to be doing push-ups. Now you have not done push-up for a long time or even never in your life. And you have seen somebody who had been doing push-up maybe like for 3 years, you just like this body shape or this body structure or the muscle build of this person. Say, me, I also want to start doing a push-up. Then the first day, I've seen people make that mistake. Then the first day they are going into exercising, they go do 100 push-ups at a time. Guess what? You put a lot of pressure on your body. And as you put that pressure on your body, if you've ever found yourself in such a situation, the next day the whole muscle will be so painful. I can bet you the person will never try push-ups again, maybe in the next 3 years. But if you want to do something, let me using that same push-up as an example. You know what? Do one push-up a day. The first day you start, just do that one. The next day you add one more. By the end of the week, you'll be doing 7 push-ups. But the body doesn't feel that pressure. And it's the same when achieving any goal, whether it's physical, academic, mental, just think of it, whatever it is, it's the same principle. Start small. So this year, if you're going to make this year different, going to see different from last year, you're going to make sure that you start small. I know people like saying, do the big things, the big goals. Let me tell you the truth. It's the little things that eventually leads to the big goals. If you don't take anything out of this live session, is that start small. Even if you're dreading, do you know what about the brain? When the brain sees that what it has to do is too big, it shuts down. And when the brain shuts down, your body also shuts down. And the moment your body shuts down, you're not going to do anything. So, like I said, if you won't take anything out of this life, take this from me. Start small. Just pick anything. Anything. Anything whatsoever, and tell yourself small, but I'll do it every Monday. I will start small, but I will do it continuously. That doing it continuously will finally build the confidence to do the bigger goals. So it is little habits that compound. Let me tell you, little activities compound to big ones. I have come to realize myself that the years or the times that I did the best of things, all I did was to get my goals for the year, divided it into quarter. I didn't bother looking at the year as a whole. Divided it into two quarter, and like, okay, quarter one, we have 12 weeks. What will I do each week? Then I'll break it down to what can I do every day. You see that every day? I'm not even thinking of the whole year. I'm just telling myself, every day I will do this one. Every day I will do this thing. And as I continue doing it, before you know what, a month has passed. Before you know what's happening, the second month has passed, and the third month, and that year I'll be very, by the end of the quarter, when I'm checking it, I'm already satisfied. Now, having said you should start small, you should just start with anything and do it continuously. One of the things that, okay, I also mentioned that one of the things that can discourage consistency is when you doubt yourself. I think I already said that. When you think, am I even doing the right thing? Now, don't bother yourself whether it's the right thing or the wrong thing. Okay, cannot be the wrong thing, but whether it's the perfect thing or not yet perfect, just continue at it. That is one thing. As you continue at it, perfection will come out of it. Number two is that sometimes going the journey of consistency alone can really be it can be daunting. I have to be frank with you. There are times you don't even feel like. There are days that your energy level is not even high, that your energy is low. So when you go on the journey of consistency alone, it can actually be difficult to stick through. And so most of the time, I'm not only just advising, it's what I myself practice. It's good to have a community. It's good to have a circle, a group of people that, usually you can say you can have a accountability coach. You can have someone that is that holds you accountable. I used to before say, okay, get somebody that can hold you accountable. Maybe it's your relative, your partner. But I came to realize that most of the time, family and friends are not the best accountability partner, because they don't want to hurt you. They don't want you to feel like you're not trying. So most of the time, it's better to be in a community of people that also trying to achieve something like you. Maybe not exactly the same goal, but they also want to be consistent. So when you join a community, it actually does help you to be consistent. And that's one of the reasons why I came up with the inner circle consistency, the consistency and accountability inner circle. I came up with that because I also realized that major things that I have done, major things that have made me consistent or even taking actions on things I wouldn't have taken actions on, was because I belong to an accountability group. And now when I'm saying accountability group, don't even mistake me or don't mistake what I'm trying to say. Don't misunderstand me and think maybe I'm talking about joining a group where they will put pressure on you, put pressure on you. I've done that. I've done many of these mistakes before now. That I joined accountability group to tell you, yeah, this today you should do this. Today, tomorrow you should do this one. You should do that one. Then we'll try doing. They were not even understanding the reason we are doing. By the time the accountability group is over, maybe after a month or 2 weeks, we just relapse. Not only me and other people. And I told myself that is not proper accountability. And that's why the inner circle that I came up with, it's not just accountability, it is a consistency accountability group, where you're able to work each person's own. So don't even compare yourself. What is most important is that you will eventually get that goal done at your pace. Now, what is my current space? What can I do at my level? Many people come up with their consistency plan based on who they want to be. Oh, I want to be somebody who studies for 3 hours at a stretch. But for now, you don't know how to study for 3 hours at a stretch. So you can use the Pomodoro technique, where you put on your alarm for 25 minutes and you study for that 25 minutes, take a break for 5 minutes, and come back. As you continue like this, you will eventually get to that goal of yours that says, I want to be able to, be able to study for 3 hours. So you start at your level. Yes. And that is what is going to make it sustainable. You will start at your level. Don't feel guilty. Don't compare yourself to another person. You know why? If you start at your level, you begin to build your capacity. You begin to build your muscle. And as you build it, you see yourself accomplishing goals, becoming more confident, having clarity, shocked at how far you have gone, how great you have gone. So, like I said, start at your level, start small, start small. Start one at a time, 1 minute at a time. I've used the glass of water example. 1 glass of water every day. When you start being consistent on that, you start being consistent on other things. There was a time that I wasn't feeling so fine. I felt sick, I was hospitalized. And when I came back, I just had this lethargy to do anything. I didn't want to do anything. I was sick, I'll do this, I'll do that, but I just didn't have the energy. Then I was trying to build my consistent. I just started with my skincare routine. I say, okay, you know what? I wash my face every night before I sleep, and every morning when I wake up. So it just became a routine. Of course, I had days that I missed. I didn't bother judging myself with guilt. So now, if you're here and you found yourself starting and failing, one thing I want you to remove from your mind: remove guilt. Stop feeling guilty. Stop that guilt. All you need to do is what? Start again. Just pick up yourself. But like I said, start small so that it does not overwhelm you. Don't get yourself guilty. Start at your level. As you start at the current level you are in, you will grow your capacity to the level you want to be. So don't start, I want to 3 hours, I want to do this at 3 hours, and you're not even doing 1 hour. It can't work. So start with 10 minutes. Start with 5 minutes. Start with 20 minutes. Whatever works for you now. But one thing I can assure you is this: as someone who has been non-consistent and decided to start becoming consistent, is that you can build your consistency muscle, that you become even able to achieve greater and bigger goals. So let me do a quick recap of what we've talked about. I don't want this to be too long. And it's number one, the fact that consistency is being able to do the little activities that it takes for you to be able to accomplish your goals. Sometimes it's daily, weekly, or whatever frequency you have determined. Second thing is that don't doubt yourself. Even if you think or you're not sure whether you're doing it right, you see what? Be consistent on that which you have chosen to do. You will know the part which is right or not as you keep going. Number three is that you will, it's better to join a community or have an accountability partner. If you want to join my own community, you are free. We have the January founders opening, which is this January. I think I'll drop the link, okay, in the description and also in the comments if you feel like joining. Or you can send me a message. You can send me a message on Facebook. I think I also drop my Facebook link, or my WhatsApp, Facebook or Instagram. You can always send me a message and ask for details. But I will always encourage you to join a community of people who also want to build their consistency. That is very, very important. Join the community. If you want to join mine, like I said, I'll drop the link. You can join. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. But one thing about the inner circle, that's the consistency and accountability inner circle, is that it is consistency at your pace. Nobody is putting pressure on you. You're going to do consistent at your own pace. It will help you get your goals to that smallest possible activity you can do without being overwhelmed, to be able to accomplish it. 2026 has to be different. And it's not going to be different because you put more pressure. It's going to be different because you decide to do things in calmness. I have proven it time without number with myself and people I've worked with, that you do more when you stick to consistency when you are calm. So what you want to do is to calm down, to relax, and work at your pace. Your muscle, consistency muscle will grow. So you're not going to say, I want to push myself. You push yourself, you might fall sick, you will become lethargic, you will not even want to do anything regarding consistency. And number three, join a community so that even at low days, when your energy is not even so high, you can still be consistent. That is what I that's what I help you with in the consistency and accountability inner circle. Like I said, if you're interested, contact me. I'll drop the link there as well. But that's not even the issue. But the most important thing is this: even if you're not joining the inner circle, you just decide that you will break your goal to the tiniest thing you can do every day and just do. Don't think of, is it working or not. When I was saying learning how to swim, I'll tell you a secret. When I was learning how to swim, I only learned how to swim as a survivor. I don't like swimming, but I learned to swim as a survivor technique. And when I was learning to swim, I just followed the instructions, and the instructor said we should just, wear our hands a particular way. And I kept doing it. Frankly speaking, I was under the water. I didn't learn with putting my face out at first. I was deep in the water. I just keep following instruction of how to do my hands. And sometimes I feel that's the way I felt. So while I was learning how to swim, I felt like I was in one place. But before you know what's happening, I realized that I'm already closer to the edge of the swimming pool. That's how I knew I was moving forward. And it's like that in real life. Sometimes when you're being consistent on something, you feel like you're not making a move. You're feeling like you're still in the same place. But no, it's when you look back, you realize that you're no more where you used to be. So don't let that, but that's number one thing that makes people not being consistent. To the way they doubt themselves and feel that they are wasting their time. No, you're not wasting your time. You're not wasting your time. Whether you're running a business now and somebody is telling you, are you sure it's the right business? You have to discover the right business first. It's a lie. Discover your niche. I'm not saying you should not discover your niche. You discover your niche, but show you the one that you know how to do now. Start doing it. As you're on it, you get clarity. So that's important. Break it to the tiniest thing you can do. Don't doubt yourself, because that's what's going to hinder you. Number two thing that makes people not be able to consistent, like I said already, is doing it every day. If you don't have money related, do you know, even when I started investing,